Greetings and salutations, universe. This is Creeta, and this is Omnifactory. Let's suit up and take a look at what happened between the episodes. I have been doing a great deal of prep work. So we have a new section over here. This is our double assembly. It looks like our assembly line. These things can totally share blocks, so 2 assembly lines. Not sure if they can share the input hatches, but I like how it kind of turned out. Could have been more efficient with the dire wire or whatever this is, but I just like the aesthetic of it. It looks really cool. Yeah, I like it. And over here, we have some more processing arrays. Quite a few of these, and as you can tell based on the signalum right here, these are all LUV capable. But they are running apparently a UV amount of EU per tick. We have assembly machines, we have some lathes, we have all sorts of stuff, right? Compressors, boom, I love it. To the point where over here, we have fewer machines than we did before. Assembly line section is gone, some compressors, etc. But we can replace whatever we want over here, and things are gonna be wonderful. Along with that, we've improved the recipes a little bit. So if I want like a LUV, I don't know what might be useful. I feel like we could always have more assembly machines. Oh, I know I need some alloy smelters at some point. Maybe not. I don't know. But let's just craft something, right? So I know we'll need some circuits. Let's grab some crystal processing mainframes. In the last episode, this took a long time to craft one of these. Now, if I take a look, things are just blazing past at a much higher rate. We're making circuits at 16 at once, whereas before I think we were doing 4. Osmiridium plates, those are getting crafted. Just everything coming together so rapidly, and I love it. This is so cool. Where the heck does soul vials get crafted? Why are soul vials crafted? What? What are you used for, sir? Who knows? Anyway, those get crafted, yada yada. Probably for the prescient crystals. That's my best guess. It does still take a little while for the actual crystal circuits. These, you can't really avoid it. Over here, the processing system, it goes pretty fast. It does. But, I mean, we want it to go faster, right? That's why we're going to proceed into future ages. Now it's crafting some crystal processors. Where on earth do the crystalline ingots get made? Oh, these get made over in the colorful crafters over here, right? Yeah, the advanced package stuff. Sweet. All right. Now, it is still crafting a little bit, but significantly faster than it was before, and way less laggy, I think. I think I've narrowed down some more lag sources, so that is fantastic. Oh, we definitely need our light on. Thank you. And down here, I've improved our nuclear fission area to include things like this takes apart all of the black granite dust and electrolyzes it into silicon dioxide and biotite, which then get electrolyzed into silicone. I was running out of silicone, if you can believe that. I must have turned off our old source of it, which I think was clay, but this is turning into a pretty good replacement, and it just sort of gives us passive silicone and a few other nice things all the time, including oxygen and fluorine. Speaking of which, those are getting turned into other good stuff, which I'm kind of waiting on mercury. I want that to go up a little bit. We, at some point, are going to need all of these solidified gases and liquids. So the solidified items, like the helium, we're going to need them for omnium. I'm not sure how many of these we're going to make, so I just have sort of a temporary setup right here. I can take one of these guys off, jump over here, grab something like neon, and just plop it into the system right here, and it will automatically grab that neon and turn it into the solidified neon right there. Eh? Pretty cool. Still waiting on certain things to get figured out, like chlorine. I think that's a big gap point. Oh, we can definitely grab some chlorine now. I thought we were a bit lower, but that's okay. So I can grab 2 tanks, Enderium, of course, and yoink. That looks like a visual glitch, but that's okay. Grab a little bit of chlorine, toss it on, and in a little while, it's just going to make the solidified stuff for us. I think that's fantastic. Sort of just doing future prep. All right, how are those circuits coming along? Circuits are done. See? Beautiful. And I am taking apart the fusion reactor up here, kind of slowly. I like this little quick setup, but obviously I'm going to replace that very soon. What else have we done? We've done all sorts of things, but what's important is the future, right? I would really like to be able to dive into getting these red circuits, because that has ZPM at the beginning of that name. Having some ZPM machines would be so cool. I think I had to do some chemistry for that, but that's okay. So let's put some of this stuff together. For the very get-go, I think that we need some ZPM energy. Is that it? Machine hulls. So we're going to need machine hull. Beautiful. Yoink. Hopefully we have polytetrafluoroethylene. I don't know if we do, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll be able to make that lickety-split. Yoink. Hello, pattern. Trying to craft you. Thank you. Yeesh. Get your stuff together, right? Perfect. Toss those into our system. We're going to need more molecular assemblers soon, but that's no big deal. Yoink. And now let's see if we can get a ZPM machine hull. I'm guessing polytetrafluoroethylene and Creeta cable. The Creeta cable is quite simple, but what we could do is the PTFE. Thankfully, might have already done a setup over here, right? So we have hydrofluoric acid. We're going to auto eject that into this system over here. This, I think, is just some electrolyzed nonsense. Yeah, chloroform, fluid auto output. Hopefully that is filtered. I think it is. And this is making tetrafluoroethylene, which then we need to filter that up into the next one. Need to get a filter for that, but that's no big deal. I want to make sure that all of this is flowing together beautifully. Yoink. And tetra, not the poly, we need normal tetrafluoroethylene. And like that, we should be able to tell it to go up here. Hello. There we go. Hey. Tetrafluoroethylene, hydrofluoric acid. It should be auto-outputted up here. Allow input from output side. For some reason that was going down. And now polytetrafluoroethylene is being made. Nice. And we can pull that out from the system here and put it in here. Why is it not doing that? Always active, extract on black, insert on black, and we're going to put in the polytetrafluoroethylene into here, and now we have in our system PTFE. Huh? Already had that set up. How cool is that? I do have some level emitters so that when we want to, we can turn this off, but for right now, might let it run just a little bit to get a nice quick build up and establish what we need later. Next, we need to get the actual sheets, which is probably just going to be another probably fluid solidifier. So let's have a little quick temporary setup. Not sure how much of this we'll really need, so why not just toss that on there, fluid solidifier, boom, thank you very much. And this is just going to pop out a few stacks of PTFE sheets, ZPM hulls, and UV hulls. So it looks like for every stack of these, we're going to need 2 stacks of PTFE and max. So it is going to be important at some point, but I'm still... What? We do have these somewhere? Oh, we're probably using polyvinyl or polyethylene. Oh, we can be more efficient with PTFE. Interesting. But copper and sulfuric acid's basically free. Anywho, so 2 stacks of these is enough for us to have 2 stacks of ZPM machines. So let's just do that, shall we? First, we need to probably figure out the Naquata cable, but that's pretty simple. We're going to take the cable, toss it in a machine, like so, get rid of that circuit, yoink, and find wherever we make a whole bunch of cables. Hey, right there. Beautiful, right? And ZPM machine. I would, why not take 64 of those? Please? Please and thank you. Why am I making so many of them? Well, I think ZPM is going to be a really fun age, you know? I just did, what is that, like, over each machine is 4, and I think that one's IV, so that's almost 2 stacks of LEV machines right there, and I want more speed, especially when it comes to the assembly lines, and all sorts of things. I want to replace all of those with LUV or ZPM. Just double the speed of those assembly lines. It'll be so cool. Cool. So, quest complete. We have 1 section down. We need to make a ZPM assembly machine. Now, we already have the first tier 8 circuits, so it should just be possible to do that. I don't see why not. So, assembly machine, yoink. Heck yeah. Beautiful. I love it. We're going to toss that in there, get out our good old molecular assembler, and see if we can summon one. ZPM assembly machine. What are we lacking? Some HSSE plates, and that's it? Oh, oh, that is fantastic. So, do I want to do cutting saw? Yeah, sure, why not? Yoink. And run over here. I could look for it in our system, but why not just put it in like so. How much? I guess we'll put it more centralized, and those ones can go off to the side. I'm relying a lot more on ASOCs and normal SOCs for our circuits, so soon we might not need those circuits at all. It's certainly a possibility. Why? Doesn't the system know that I can make that? HSSE plate. What did I just try and make? That's a plate. It's in the system. Hello? Okay, it is recognizing the HSSE plates, so it should be as simple as craft it, please. Now, the processing mainframes were already complete, so that is fantastic. It is crafting some crystal circuits for the actual ZPM parts, along with some processors. I even see some quantum getting made for who knows what. I don't know. But it's going together very wonderfully. I like it. And all we have to do is wait a minute. But thankfully, we have the power of editing. Now, in the process of making this, it did lag a little bit. Now that makes sense. A whole lot of things are going on. But one thing I'm a little bit concerned about is that only one of our assembly lines are on. You can see that in the background. We're now crafting the robot arms. These take about 30 seconds, but we are lagging a little tiny bit. Everything's going about half speed. That's pretty unfortunate. But yeah, only one of these is activated. Not sure why that is, but I plan on figuring it out. I might split up the recipes so that like motors are handled by this one, and pistons are handled by that one, conveyors, assembly arms, etc. And sort of kind of maybe trick it into functioning the way I would like it to, because both of these should have been on the whole time. But it is complete. There it is. The Elite Assembly Machine Mark II ZPM. We are now in the age of ZPM machines. Oh, that's so exciting. Speaking of which, can we get like a ZPM? Well, I kind of will need both of these, won't I? Now at the moment, we have to use a mainframe. It's a little bit frustrating, but that's okay. Toss that in there, and I'll just summon that up momentarily so that we can get these properly plugged in. So, ZPM CEF, please and thank you. Of course, why would you need quantum processors? Did we just put in the wrong recipe? Ah, we want the blue one. Doink. Oi. Yada yada. Fixing recipes can be very, very fun, particularly if mainframe? No. Input. Quantum processor mainframe. There it is. You have to edit. Editing these can be kind of frustrating, but that's okay. No big deal. We want that one. Thank you. Fixing that is good fun. Take out all of that. Oh, joyous days. Alright, yoink. Put that in a different one so it still pops up. And ZPM summon, please. Why? 4x Enderium. We can definitely fix that problem. Yoink. And place. And summon, please. So while that is coming, so let's figure out what is the next step. We need to make the fourth and final tier 6 circuits. For that we need wetware, and I think we have everything we need for that. So it's just setting up 300 seconds. 8 draconic stem cells. Sterilized growth material, that's 300, that's 300, that's 300 at LUV. So we need a chemical reactor processing array dedicated to these. Now, I might already have that, but I'm not sure if it'll end up being the correct one. So, we have 4 of them right there. Do we have any of you in storage? Nope. I'm trying to use the T trick there, but we have a processing array right there that we'll be able to put some more in, and that should work great. We'll just give it some sterilized growth medium and those 2 recipes, and I think we'll be in good shape. All we have to do is craft them, but first I want to see if that CEF is ready. What are we waiting on? Still the circuits. What are these crafted in? These are crafted in the assembly line. Of course, only one of them will be running, the one on the right. But it is ready now, so we can hook this up to some power and actually have it power up. Now, I'm not necessarily going to do that right away. I just want to see those numbers there because that is going to be glorious. So these guys, 4 million, 16 million RF, and these things are going to be able to go super fast. Hopefully. Yeah, very good. Alright, we have 16 chemical reactors. Fantastic. We also have the recipes for the draconic stem cells and the wetware circuit board. Whew, that's a mouthful. Now the question really is how fast is this going to be? Alright, because under normal circumstances, that is 5 minutes. I don't see anything happening. Anything at all. So, input bus has draconic stem cells and multi-fiber. This might be the distinct buses situation. What's going on here? Sterilized growth medium, multi-layer, IV, chemical reactor, and it spits out raw growth medium. So we probably don't have a hatch for the output of that liquid. Now, do I care about the output of that particular liquid? Probably not. So probably just going to trash it, and that's okay. We'll just put it right. Ow, that's a power source. Dang it. Put it right here. A little bit of lag. That's okay. Yoink. And complete. And now it's green. And it is taking its sweet time. That's at 2%. Now, the question is that 6 times faster? Or 16 times faster? Because this is a wetware. That's IV. So it's 150 seconds because it's a better power source. I feel like that is doing the speed at normal because each one should be handling its own recipe. That's what my gut is saying. But it's hard to say. We might have to multiply these programs a little bit to see a better speed, but for right now, this is going to do nicely. What else is necessary for wetware circuits? We need Nequata alloy. We do not have Nequata alloy yet, so we're going to have to jump on down here and take a look at this machine right here. This is the first time that I've used some phantom faces, and this is connected up here just for wiring sake. I think it's a lot cleaner, and this should be operational. Do we have alloy now? I was just kind of letting it run for a minute. Yeah, hey, there we go. So, plonk that in there. Make sure that we don't have a magical 13th, and everything should be wonderful, right? Beautiful. Fantastic. All right, up here, we're just going to have to get that circuit. So that's a 1X, that's zirconium wire, superconductor, and more superconductor. So it looks like the alloy only has to be made a teensy bit, and that should be easy peasy lemon squeezy in a wire mill. Yoink. We'll even multiply that a little bit, not too much, because I think that the Nequata alloy is going to be quite valuable for a minute. It uses Nequata and osmiridium, which is kind of ridiculous, but that's okay. Which one of you has wire mills? Lathes, wire mill. There we go. Yoink. We're going to put that in right there. And how is our wetware coming along? It is still cooking. That's still green. Oh dear. We might try and make that a little bit more passive and less of a call situation. But for right now, that's okay. It's at 75%, and we should be able to make this relatively soon. Where do we want to put you? I think we'll probably take over the location over here for a moment, and that should be okay. What type of liquid do you use? Use sterilized. Of course you do. Yoink. We're going to take out the tin, put in sterilized growth medium, like so, and should be good. Boop. Output, auto output, and our screwdriver for allow input from output side, and jump over here, and we're going to grab that little quick recipe. Circuit, wetware, the red one, beautiful. It does make 4 of them, so I appreciate that very much. We're going to grab that and toss it into that interface right here. At some point we will improve this layout, probably make a processing array of it, and the ZPM can go right there. Lovely. And we do have the wetware circuit board, so we should be able to craft this lickety split. I see this turn on, it's at 20% already, and not only in this episode did we make an Elite Assembly Machine ZPM Mark II, but this is going to be our very first wetware circuit. I think in the next episode we'll try and go up the tiers of wetware, but just like that, we have some red and very nice circuits. How about that? Huh? Hello? Game. A little bit laggy. Where's my quest? I want my quest. Did I have to hold the wetware? I think I did. Man. And there we go. We have our wetware circuit boards. We're going to toss that into the inventory. Do this, take off this, and doodaloo! Oh, that's fantastic. That does remove it. Oh, that is so exciting. Alright, so this has been Creeta playing Omnifactory, and I hope that you've enjoyed this crazy, very quick journey. I think we did a great deal. We're making dragon eggs? Oh yeah, I was. We were making a great deal of progress in this episode. We are getting prepped and ready for some crazy, crazy things in the future. So, I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next one. This has been Creeta. Bye-bye!